Hello, everybody. Welcome to lesson 5, order of operations with fractions. So today we're combining two things order of operations and fractions. So it's going back to basics with BEDMAS, but instead of normal whole numbers, we're going to be using fractions. But the same rules apply even if it's fractions. We still are going to follow BEDMAS with fractions. So let's get started. Order of operations is also very important when simplifying fractions involving many operations. So at the top there, you will see our BEDMAS, brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Again, we do that in order. When it comes to division and multiplication, in the order it appears. And then when it comes to addition and subtraction, in the order it appears. On the right there, under recall, there's just a little note about exponent laws, and I quickly want to just look over that exponent law together. So 1/5 to the power of 2. This is showing us the power to 2 goes to the numerator and denominator. So this actually goes to become 1 to the power of 2, 5 to the power of 2, which then equals 1 times 1 is 1, and 5 times 5 is 25. And then 2 over 3 to the power of 2 turns into 2 to the power of 2 and 3 to the power of 2, which 2 times 2 is 4, and 3 times 3 is 9. Now, the same, under that rectangle there, it says note. The rule is the same as integer operations, but convert all mixed fractions into improper fractions first, if there are any. Do not forget to reduce your answer to lowest terms. So always simplify if you can. These are the questions we are going to be working through together. The second page is kind of like a challenge page. That page will be left for you to work on and upload with your own student worksheet. Let's begin. So A, we see our equation of fractions there, and we see we have subtraction, multiplication, and division. So according to BEDMAS, we know we have to do multiplication and division first and subtraction after. Let's begin. We are working from left to right. So we will keep our 3 to the power of 4 there because we're not working with our subtraction yet. But multiplication shows up first. So we will do 1/2 times 5/6. That we know to multiply the numerators and denominators together. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 6 is 12. And then we will keep our division. Now we know division is still before subtraction. With our division, remember, we keep our first fraction, flip our second fraction, and multiply. So let's keep our first fraction and flip our second fraction and multiply. 5 times 3 is 15. 12 times 2 is 24. We can further simplify that. 15/24 can get simplified to 5/8. So then it turns into 3/4, take away 5/8. And that is subtraction for fractions, which when we think back to subtracting fractions, we have to find a common denominator. Let's use the 8 because that can work. 8 is a multiple of 4. So let's convert our first fraction with the denominator 8. That makes our numerator 6. because to get to 8, we times it by 2. 3 times 2 is 6. So then we have 6 over 8, take away 5 over 8. 6 take away 5 is 1 over 8. And that is our answer. Moving on to question B. Now we have brackets and exponents. So the first thing we want to do is get rid of our exponent and our bracket. Let's solve that first. So again, exponent laws. This then becomes, that becomes 3 to the power of 2 over 5 to the power of 2. And that becomes 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 5 is 25. So that bracket with exponent becomes 9 over 25. So we can rewrite that. And now we can, using BEDMAS, look at our signs. We have addition and division. Which one comes first? Division. So we will do that. So we know to keep our first fraction, flip our second fraction, and multiply. So this becomes 3 times 25 is 75. 4 times 9 is 36. That can get further simplified. So then we will and now it is addition. So now we have, I'm going to split this. So now we have an addition problem. We have 5 over 6 plus 25 over 12. Addition with fraction, we need a common denominator. We will use 12 as our common denominator because it is already a multiple of 6. So that means that to get to 12, we need to times 6 by 2. 5 times 2 is 10. The answer is 35 over 12. We can make that into a mixed fraction. Just going to draw a little arrow. And that will become 11 over 12. Now, our next set here, we have brackets and a bracket with an exponent. Let's split our page. 3 over 5 plus 2 over 5. We already have common denominators. And then we have 1 over 9 to the power of 2. So let's solve our addition first because we already have our common denominators. 3 plus 2 is 5 over 5 times 1 to the power of 2 and 2 because we know exponent laws. So this becomes times 1 times 1 is 1. 9 times 9 is 81. So then we have 5 over 5 becomes 1 times. So the answer is 1 over 81. The first thing we want to do is get rid of our exponent. So in this bracket here, we have 5 over 6, take away 1 over 2 to the power of 2. So we know that that exponent is going to go to our numerator and denominator. So that becomes 1 times 1 is 1. And then 2 times 2 is 4. Now we know we need to find a common denominator for our subtraction. A common denominator with 6 and 4 can be 12. To get 12, we need to times by 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. And to get 12, we need times 4 by 3. So 1 times 3 is 3. So 10 take away 3 is 10 take away 3 is 7, and then it's over 12, and we keep our multiplication by half. Now we know we are multiplying our numerator and denominator. So we go 7 times 1 is 7, 12 times 2 is 24. So our answer is 7 over 24. And our last one here. We have 1 over 9 to the power of 2. So we have an exponent and then our division and addition. We want to do our exponent first, and then division, and then addition. So we have 1 times 1 is 1. 9 times 9 is 81. Divided by 4 over 9 plus 1 over 6. So let's do our division. We keep our first fraction. We flip our second fraction, and we multiply. And we keep our addition. So that becomes 1 times 9 is 9 over 324 plus 1 over 6. Now that's a big fraction. We can simplify that. Let's rewrite it in our simplified way, which would be 1 over 36 plus 1 over 6. Now, we need to do just a simple addition of fractions, which is a common denominator we need. So we will use the common denominator 36 because it is a multiple of 6. So to get 36, we do 6 times 6. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 plus 6 is 7 over 36. Our answer is 7 over 36. Now this next sheet is our challenge sheet. You can go through this, complete this on your own time with your student worksheet and upload to Google Classroom. And I will see you next lesson.